very nice. That also died.
His father is an alcoholic. And
so your father is an alcoholic?
Yes. He has fought it all over his life. That's why he is free from all types of vices. He doesn't have a single habit of his own.
No.
But now his brother is in it.
So your brother has drinking habits?
Drinking as well as tobacco.
Yeah.
भावाला आहे ते सांगितलं
That's what it. So in what way? Huh?
Her name is Rekha.
Yes. You see,
Du ser en helt annen vei. Ja, men du ser den veien der. Ja, nå er vi inne i et rådgivningssenter i Fadderbarnas i Pune.
Everyone to hear something.
Se der, nå prater.
Why don't you say it? I'm feeling very uncomfortable. You are standing.
Oh, why? Ja, okay. So they are feeling uncomfortable, but I am standing. So if I am sitting down, why are they feeling more comfortable?
Everybody will sit here. They can also sit.
They can also sit independently of myself. So here they are meeting the clients. That means both children, siblings, mothers, parents.
Social worker. She's a child.
Grandson. I have reduced my working time in CFN the last year from 100% to 50%, but I love to follow the development of CASP CFN in India, and of course my heart will always be with the children and with all the staff members. So I will never reduce down to zero.
So what's the deal today? Please, start.
We welcome Mr. Paulsen and Mr. Fadderbarnas to Gokhale. And we also want to felicitate Mr. Paulsen for his tireless efforts for all these years. A small token.
Right.
And we want to hear your experience with us.
Okay.
Last.
Last.
Okay.
I request President.
Let's read out this, Mr. Paulsen, appreciation of the valuable support to community aid and sponsorship programs for the upliftment of underprivileged children and the community. On behalf of all 100 rupees per shot.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Now it's my turn.
For Mrs. Howard.
Oh yeah. Now I want to say a few words about my old friends. See, first we met Mr. Paulsen when he was originally working with an adoption agency in Nagpur. I was working with the Indian Council to develop the inter-country and in-country adoption work, which is a part of our activity. And Mrs. Simona Tata used to be our chairman of that activity. But when we took a policy decision that adoption should be made into a law and a legal procedure, we prepared the bill, which is still not passed. It is still pending in the Parliament after 20 years or so. The people who helped us to draft it, Justice Chakla and Justice Hidayatullah. And when we went to the Prime Minister, Mr. Morarji Desai then, to present the bill, and the opposition was from the Muslim community in Parliament and Parsi community in the Parliament. So I told Morarji Bhai that, this bill is here, drafted by two Muslims, Hidayatullah and Chakla, and then he just turned around and said, Sharad, who told you that they are considered as Muslims? But anyway, that bill is still there, and we hope that at some stage it will be possible for us to get it through. Maharashtra government also has passed the bill. That's waiting for President's sanction. But apart from this, when we took a policy decision that we will encourage Indian adoption, so as far as possible, child should remain in its own home through sponsorship. If that is not possible, it should be in a foster care. If that is not possible, then adoption within India. And if nothing is possible, then adoption outside. So we took the same position in the United Nations, etc. And that time was the starting point of encouraging sponsorship idea in India. And at that stage, I left Indian Council, came to Pune as the editor of KC. And one day suddenly my executive director, then Mr. Apte, phoned me saying that we have an old friend who is coming to Pune to discuss some new activity. And he said, Mr. Paulsen is coming. I said, I am very delighted. Please come. So that was the first meeting where we decided that CASP will collaborate with CFM and develop the sponsorship programs in Mumbai and Pune and then in Bangalore. So we started the work, and slowly I realized what an impossible man is in my friends. Never tiring, never stopping, never leaving the topic that he has taken up. He will pursue it till the end. He will send 10 emails to you every day if it is necessary. But pursuing it very hard, and a very dedicated person. And more than anything else, a very human being, humane in attitude, warm in love for children, and warm in love with the community that is CASP and CFN are going to serve. And my executive director used to tell me that it's difficult to take Paulsen to Islam, because if he goes into a house and starts talking to the child, then that's that. Till he finishes, he can't move out. And he took interest in every child that was sponsored. See, child like Aniruddha, who was sponsored, who has now become an auditor with the Judy Apte and Company. Child like Ujjwala, who became a doctor. A number of children, he knew them personally. He would tell me the name, the number, and what is the progress of that child. So, as an international loving father, as I want to call him, he's really an international loving father. Loving children across the borders of geography and politics. Because after all, why should you love an Indian child, and why should you worry about the Indian community? And I must tell you, Terry, that we have a great affection for you. We have great respect for your work, and we also understand that sometimes you, like me, you also become a liar and tell me that you are retired. I want to say that, see, retirement is not a legal concept. That you remove yourself from your job. Retirement is really a change of job. And that's going to happen to you. So while you may not be the executive director of CFN anymore, I'm sure you will continue to work with us in one capacity or the other. You keep your interest in the children where we are working. You keep your interest in the parents, in the community. The work that NORAD is doing for us in Raigad, and keep the interest in caste. So I must tell you that we are not going to permit you to say that you are walking out from us. No. And we thought that this plaque would keep you reminding from time to time that you have to continue your work in one direction or the other. It's really up to you. But you can't be a non-existent so far as sponsorship is concerned. You are an important part of this activity. And therefore, on behalf of caste, we wish you well. You remember when we started with a few children. Now caste and CFN is number 2 partner for caste. Apart from caste plan, number 2 partner is CFN. And just like CFN has grown during this period, caste has also grown. And I am very sure that this combined activity, a joint effort between Children's Future Norway and the Community Event Sponsorship Program in India will take us to new heights. It will open up new gateways and new highways for us of work. Just like with NORAD. And you remember our meeting with the NORAD directors in Norway. They were not prepared to stop at sponsorship. See, they wanted us to go into housing. They wanted us to go into agriculture, water management, water resource management. They also wanted to go into income generation programs. And during this process, we achieved something, we did not achieve something, we failed in something, probably it was a wrong policy, for example, for you and for us. To expect the village women to do some beautiful embroidery which could be sold in Ghana, we could do it. Because they were not trained for it. Not that we were wrong, but our mistake was we should have arranged for the training of women before we could take an order of doing that very delicate embroidery of that lion. But that's a lesson to us. When we all work, we make mistakes and we learn out of those mistakes. So in this whole process, we have gone from child welfare to community development, community focused activities. We have gone into housing. We have gone into work with tribals. And we are yet to go ahead with a number of other activities, like, for example, what about foster care? Can we go into foster care? Because where sponsorship in the same family is not possible, can you find foster families which can take some of these children so that they are saved from the stigma of institutionalization? Can you take up the work pertaining to children who are stigmatized? They are very healthy, but their parents are suffering from HIV/AIDS or suffering from leprosy. Can you take care of them? When we are going into tribal housing and income generation for them, let us not forget the culture specificity of those tribes. Try to retain their great culture, their songs, their stories. They have a lot to give to us. So let us not try to give them the Bombay culture. It is not something very happy. And we will always work as partners. And on behalf of my colleagues, our organization, now it's your turn.
Yeah, you said beautiful and warm-hearted words. I'm not in a position to compete with you, Dr. Gokhale. Your abilities concerning finding the right words are excellent. But I just want to say some few words that, of course, I want to stick to the CFN programs. I still will be with the children in the interest of improving their life quality. And some compliments for you, Dr. Gokhale. Even if I met some struggle, even if I met some objections from different persons in India, I never met any sort of such objections from you during all these years. It was so easy for me, it was so revealing to go to Dr. Gokhale with my problems, if there were some problems. Because you always had this very positive attitude. You wanted to solve the problems. Just like now, in these days, when I went to Dr. Gokhale about the proposal for this foster home program, that means to take elderly girls going for higher education away from the slums during the years of study. Dr. Gokhale immediately responded so positively. Maybe other people would say to me, oh, I had to think about it. No, it will not be possible. The parents, they will object. It is not possible. So, sorry, Mr. Paulsen. But Dr. Gokhale, he took the idea immediately. So, I will give all my compliments to you for such positive views on all the proposals I sent during almost 15 years to Dr. Gokhale. So, and what you have been doing out of your own efforts is fantastic. How it is possible to gain or to have this fantastic health condition, physically and mentally, like you, Dr. Gokhale, in spite of all your struggle, in spite of all the responsibilities over so many years, it's just amazing. And people who are looking at us will say that Dr. Gokhale, maybe he's 2 years older than me. Yeah, I will give you the guarantee the difference in age is much more than that. But
I'm younger than you.
yes, that's right. When I come to India now, I had a very small project with me, and that was the bicycle project for the rider unit. And people, they were coming forward with some comments. Mr. Paulsen must have turned crazy. Yeah. What about the need of bicycles for the tribal children in Raiga? How can they really make use of them? And what about maintenance? What about the risk of theft? So all these aspects have to be thought about. But I saw clearly that 300 to 500 sponsored children in Raiga, they were on the point of being withdrawn from their education because of their mothers, in particular their mothers, were extremely frightened that something should happen with their girls on the way back home, walking for 1 to 2 hours on their feet in the darkness. So this project has developed into a wonderful one. Up to now, 400 bicycles are funded. I was so happy to be able to hand over these first bicycles to the children in Irani. Santosh More, he was with us as always. He's the shadow of CFN. He made a wonderful film, and this film has already been accepted by a Norwegian huge TV station. The title will be The Efforts of Lomekongen. Lomekongen is the name of a famous Norwegian racing horse. He won a race 6 weeks ago, and the first prize was given to the Lomekongen and his owner, and the owner decided immediately to give the full amount to buy bicycles for the rider children. So the TV station will show this film approximately 20th of December. I have put in a plan to recruit sponsors from that film. Yeah, just because some of the children who had received the bicycles, I made a script proposal. They should stop when they saw a poor, filthy girl standing in the fields in despair. And Santos More, he was able to film this, or to materialize these filming plans. And I'm so happy now, in some minutes I will send an email to this television station informing them about the film which is completed. I'm using some words on this program only because it's necessary to go to the bottom of a plan. If we do not fulfill our plans, our programs, to the bitter end, we will not gain the necessary results. Now we will see, we are receiving the very good results of the basis of only 130,000 NOK for the bicycle project. It will be huge newspaper articles. One of the biggest newspapers, Gokhale, has already made 2 full pages of the bicycle project after my contacts with them. Reports about the Latour-Osmanabad project. It was a very small program, only 300,000 NOK. But the director
children. In the office, you know, we only provide support. You see, our systems, our accounts, our management, they are all there to support. But the fundamental work is done by social workers. And we are very appreciative. Very appreciative.
Just, excuse me, I just forgot to mention your positive response when I saw this new program, Children of Alcoholics. The extreme suffering children with the fathers, maybe also elderly brothers, beating them up, using all the family comfort.
Because he has a good idea of listing the Norwegian agencies and companies in India. So just like, you know, we could do marketing in Norway, we could do marketing in India. And the marketing division should help Safe and Sell for this. It would be a joint project. Similarly, media could help. And I'm sure the accounts and establishment and administration, they are already helping the new cell. Thank you.
So this is the clinic of Dr. Ujjwala and her husband.
Her ser vi altså da at Ujjwala og mannen de arbeider da med en pasient her da, som har gått uten å få i seg væske over lengre tid, og som er veldig sterkt dehydrert. Og det du da må gjøre, det er også gi ham intravenøs væske. Det henger en sånn beholder her oppe inni taket. Og denne mannen her følte seg så grusomt svak og klarte ikke å gå. Og ba om hjelp på klinikken til Ujjwala. Så her ser vi altså hvordan dette tidligere fadderbarnet vårt nå fungerer som leger og jobber sammen med sin mann på klinikken her i Puna. En enkel, liten klinikk med 2 bitte små rom. Og her er det ca. 5000 mennesker som sogner til denne klinikken. De har ikke lov å utføre operasjoner her. Ikke lov å utføre operasjoner av noe slag, og må henvise folk som skal opereres til lokale sykehus. Det her må gjøre med denne mannen nå, forteller Ujjwala, det er også gi ham nok væske. Og også fortalte Ujjwala at hun skal gi ham antibiotika, slik at stoffer som er i kroppen hans og må fjernes, vil bli fjernet så fort som mulig da. Men det er altså da et eksempel på en kar som har gått uten væske og fått et stort væsketap over lang tid. Se på han krabbaten som sitter der.
Sånn, ja.
No problem. Hva var det? Hva var det? Ja. Det var jo temmelig primitivt.
Ja, det tror jeg.
Var det ikke
Det meste.
ikke utenom disse? Hadde ikke viftetak
Det
engang?
var
eller?
vifte her borte.
Ja.
Her borte er vifte.
Her var det ikke noe vifte. No fan.
Ja, for vifte hår, jeg vet ikke vifte her. Da får du håruttak, jeg tror du dratt opp. Jeg skulle do deg opp, etter det. Ja, jeg også.
Injection.
Injections into this fluid. Okay. So that's the way to do it. Okay. Oh, they're making. So now he has received an injection.